Hey there, it's Marty Cesario for Mountain TV with Sportswomen of Colorado. This time, Jen is with Jenny. Jenny Ray is an attorney in sports law with a lengthy history practicing family law. She's active in mountain sports and a former high school track and field athlete. Jennifer Anderson Ehrlich is the executive director for Sportswomen of Colorado. Jen is a former NCAA basketball athlete with MSU Denver and Southeast Missouri State. Here's Jen with Jenny.
Hi there, I have Jenny Ray here. I'm still up in Michigan filming. Jenny, your background looks beautiful. Can you tell me where you are calling it from and located?
Fantastic, Jen. Good afternoon. I think your background's gorgeous too. It's fantastic. It looks like an enchanted wonderland. I love it. But I'm in Evergreen.
You're in Evergreen. Jenny, tell me a little bit about yourself. You joined Sportswomen of Colorado, our board, early this summer. Super excited to have you on our team, and your presence is pertinent about what we're going to discuss here in a few.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I'm just so fortunate to have been asked to be included on the board. I'm just so excited for this adventure. I'm originally from the South, if you can't tell. I'm from Tennessee originally. I grew up there and went to college there. Sports has been always just a major part of my life. I ran track in high school, and had, just learned so much from that, not just, about kind of the athletics of it, but also just about myself. It kind of taught me so many things. And so it's just been a really important part of my life. My dad played football in college and high school, was a high school star, all the good things. And then I went to college. I went to University of Tennessee and took a break from sports because, University of Tennessee is highly competitive in the sports world. So just a little bit, they're pretty amazing. But I worked for the football department there. And so I still stayed connected with it after college. I missed that. That kind of drive to be outside. And so I mountain climb and ski and fly fish. And, kind of as I've gotten older, I've kind of, the old knees can't handle the mountain climb and then skiing big peaks anymore. So I try to kind of back it off and do some fly fishing these days.
So you're a fly fishing woman, an angler, and a mountaineer. And what do you do by day?
So I'm a partner at the Harris Law Firm. I've been practicing family law, now for about 18 years this October.
So Harris Law Firm in Denver, Colorado, really great partner with Sportswomen of Colorado, super supportive of us. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And part of the reason that you were such a perfect fit in joining our team is you are in the process of expanding into a new realm of law. And what realm is that, Jenny?
That's right, Jen. That's right. It's super exciting, because of that kind of just like I said, I've always grown up with sports. It's just always been such an important part of my life. I've missed that in my kind of professional world. And so, with this ever changing landscape, for women in sports and just college sports and high school sports in general, especially with the name, image, and likeness kind of recent developments in the law. I have absolutely I'm shifting my practice towards sports law.
Yeah. So what was the name of that? We use the phrase, Marty and I, NIL, a lot over here. And you used the appropriate term, name, image, and likeness. Can you explain to our crowd specifically what that is?
Absolutely. I'm happy to. Name is your name, right? Like, I'm Jenny Ray. Your image is basically, your being, your jersey number, it's which is also very much like your likeness. If a person was being, kind of grouped together in a video game, and this number, which everyone knows that is your jersey number, that is your image and likeness.
Something like this. I wore this specifically today.
Like that. That's exactly right. We all know that number in jersey, and so without even saying her name, we absolutely know that number, that number. And that's exactly it. That's the image and likeness.
And it's changing nonstop. It's the Wild West, right? So
That's right.
how often are things changing on your end as information is coming out?
This summer has been a whirlwind.
Yeah, so there was a court hearing, and we were not going to, this is not a show on politics, but there was a court hearing this spring on which the ruling was.
Absolutely. So it's the House decision. And so there was this settlement reached. And basically what happened was that it was, I mean, this has gone through several iterations, like since 2024, right? So it was proposed back to the court, and then it was suggested changes. And so, you know, not to bore everyone with legalese, but it finally was adopted as a settlement early this summer. So it's very monumental and has huge impacts upon this space. And, you know, not only the impacts that this House settlement has on the terms alone, but the other implications that kind of come from it from the back end. I mean, there's still, although I think that the House settlement is certainly trying to fix things and back pay and retroactive pay for athletes that might have been able to take part in this kind of revenue sharing, which is the first time that a university can actually pay a student athlete. But I think there's going to be other ramifications that we're all just kind of waiting to see what happens next. And it's been wild.
Yeah. If you had one piece of advice that you would give to any student athlete at any level, if they are approached around this NIL deal, what would be the one thing that they should understand kind of about protecting themselves?
The one piece of advice I think that I would give folks is to understand what you're reading and not to sign anything without understanding fully, making an informed decision. And I know that we all have, like, you know, wow, this is an incredible opportunity. I'm able to receive dollars, compensation, somehow, you know, clothing from just me playing my sport, which is absolutely incredible and inspiring and a wonderful kind of give to athletes. But it's just so important that they know what they're signing, because some folks are signing things and there's all sorts of kind of just concern, you know, like what happens if you want to transfer to another school? What happens if, you know, will the money that was paid out be able to be clawed back? You know, are you exclusive to this one brand? If, you know, the question of if you have to do so many social media posts, what does that mean? Is that a story? Is that a reel? Is that your in-kind posts within your Instagram? I mean, I frankly don't even know what those, you know, what that.
Right. And then it's interesting that you said what happens if you transfer, because the transfer portal is also the wild, wild west.
That's right.
And so all of the rules have changed around kind of the commitment around signing a contract to be a collegiate student athlete. All right, Jenny, I just really appreciate your expertise in this ever-changing landscape. It's a wild time out there. So thank you so much. Really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you all for everything you do.
Okay, excellent to hear from Jennifer Anderson Ehrlich and her guest, Jenny Ray. Sportswomen of Colorado. They've been telling these stories for over 50 years, and they're just catching up.